Hello everybody, it's Rebecca Gabrielle here from Living with Spice. Thank you so much for joining me today. We are going to do a weekly reading for the week of the 10th of February through to the 17th of February. Just a reminder that the readings are general in nature and are designed just to give you some guidance on the kind of energies that you can expect to come up for the week and things to look out for. Now, we do have Valentine's Day this week. I'm not really an advocate of Valentine's Day because I do believe that every day we have the opportunity to show others our love and even to ourselves. However, we will pull some cards at the end of the reading just to see what comes up for you in terms of loving relationships. Now, I really like to encourage you that if you are enjoying the readings and you're finding some value in them, please don't forget to like the video or subscribe. And if you are looking for a personal reading or even some coaching to get some further guidance and clarity in your life, my contact details are in my bio, or you can also find more information on my website, livingwithspice.com.au. Okay, well, let's get into it. I have decided that today I'm going to do something a little bit different and pull three separate cards from our daily spiritual guidance messages from John Holland's deck for spirit messages. And what I'd like you to do is just focus on, I'm going to draw three cards, and for you to focus on which pile you feel drawn to, and at the end of the reading we're going to take a look at that pile, and that message will be specific to you. So just very quick shuffle. I have prayed and shuffled over my cards this morning in preparing for the reading. Okay, so just keeping in mind we have card one, and I'm going to place a crystal on each of these cards. We're going to have this beautiful blue crystal on this one. Card two. We've got this beautiful green crystal here, and card three. I'm going to put the amethyst on this one. Okay, so focus on those. Whichever pile you feel drawn to will be a specific message for your guidance, your daily guidance or weekly guidance this week, a message just for you. Okay, so I have also pulled some cards from my Gilded Tarot deck, and just to set the flavour for the reading for this week. So the first card we have the Queen of Cups. So this energy represents you and in your recent past, and then we have present energy and then moving forward. So in recent times you felt a very, and it doesn't matter whether you're male or female, but recently you have felt sort of a nurturing energy towards others that you care about, and a sense of concern or focus on your loved ones, and wanting to assist and give perhaps some wisdom or guidance to a loved one. But there is a little bit of concern that you have, and you're reaching out with an offer of advice, and perhaps a little bit hesitant to rush in, although you are feeling you've got this person on your mind and you're concerned about where they're at the moment, and you're very much wanting to offer your affection, your advice, some wisdom, cup of love basically. But there is concern for this person. The guidance around this is that, it's with all good intentions. Just be careful that you don't overstep the boundaries and, offer too much too soon. There is some guidance around just being mindful of the timing and allowing this person of interest, this person that's on your mind, a little bit of space and time to digest. And of course, I think it's welcomed, but you've just got to sort of be mindful that you don't overpower them with your offer of love or advice. So this is your energy. However, moving into the present moment, you have experienced perhaps a disappointment recently, or there tends to be a general flavour of things not quite working out the way you have wanted. And so in the card here we've got 5 cups, and 3 of them are spilt, and you're sort of very focused on the loss and disappointment as represented by the spilt cups here, of what you were hoping for, and not recognising that there's actually 2 cups here with promise and opportunity going forward, and you've sort of turned your back on that, and you're not focused on what is actually there and ready for the taking. So the guidance is to don't spend too long feeling disappointed. Gather yourself together and realise that you still have opportunities and plenty to offer. So you're best sort of to get up and get on your way and use what you have, because going forward we've got the 9 of Cups here, which is saying everything is coming to fruition for you. That this is an incredibly positive card, 9 of Cups, that the things that you personally have been working on and are specific to you, the passionate project, the desire for job or relationship or finances, has all come together for you. So you're actually moving towards this energy and you're feeling very pleased with yourself. And there's lots to celebrate. And of course, as this occurs in your life, it's really a beautiful thing to be able to share that. It's important not to keep it all to yourself, whatever this wonderful occasion to celebrate is, or the abundance that you come into. It's to be shared. It's to be shared with friends, family, colleagues. Perhaps it's your energy, it's the awareness of what has happened, the new learnings, the outcome of a project, or perhaps coming into some financial abundance, time to sort of square off those debts that have been hanging over your head. Plan wisely as you reap the benefits of this period of waiting that you've been going through, because your renewed focus, once you get over the immediate losses that you are faced with at the minute, once you refocus on these 2 cups and get yourself up and going, this is the result of what's to come. So that's certainly good news, and is sort of the flavour of the reading for today or this week, is that you're moving through this energy at the moment, picking yourself up from things that haven't quite worked out the way you thought, but there's still plenty to go on with. And of course, given the right focus and the right energy, you multiply these 2 cups, metaphorically speaking, into 9 cups. So way to go. You've got it in you. You've just got to refocus, get yourself back together again. And it just might mean that you need to pay attention to where you're putting your energy. Looking after your health and well-being, not getting involved in negative talk or negative thinking, get your good sleep, and get back on track to that to-do list so that you bring about this beautiful abundance or completion of projects, recognition and reward that is coming your way. So that's beautiful. All right, so what I'm going to do is pull some cards from our Wisdom of Oracle card deck for this week. So we ask you, Spirit, for some guidance over things that are coming our way for this week. What do we need to know? What can we benefit from knowing this week? Thank you. Okay, so we have a leg up, to be fair, chaos and conflict. I'm getting the sense with the card a leg up is that sometimes when we're feeling a little bit stuck about how to move forward, that it's a really great idea to not try to figure it all out on your own, that reach out to people that potentially have got the resources or advice or a different perspective that can get you up and away, that can help you with the how-tos and give you that little bit of extra support as you get yourself up and going. It may be that you're feeling like you're needing a little bit of emotional support this week, as as a follow-on perhaps from the disappointments of things not quite happening the way you expected. So that's a good thing. It's a good thing to know that we can reach out to people to get the support that we need. It may be that you want to just sort of confide in a colleague or someone that you sort of trust to have a good conversation around an issue that you're not quite sure how to resolve, or perhaps you're just needing some further ideas about what to do next or what steps to take next. And it could be something very simple, a couple of little bullet points, so to speak, that someone happens to share with you in conversation that just gets you up and going and is a little bit like that light switch that you need to get yourself back in the race again. And even though we may feel a little bit of despair that we've sort of lost our grip and we're not too sure how to make this this next change or shift things into the positive, the help that is around us is willingly given, and something that we can trust is sturdy, grounded, and available to us for that bit of extra support. So it's a really good idea. Spirit is encouraging you to reach out and take the assistance, that everything will be okay. Rest assured everything will be okay. And sometimes when things have not quite worked out the way we have thought, we can feel temporarily a loss of energy, a loss of mental alertness, perhaps even physical tiredness of, oh, here we go again. But, with a little bit of rest, restoration, relaxation, we can get our energy back again. And perhaps this is just something in the early part of the week that you need to be mindful of, that this will be just enough for you to feel restored, supported, and energized to get yourself back on track. The next card is called To Be Fair. And I get the sense that this is about weighing up your options and making some decisions for yourself in your life. A few things have shifted for you and direction has changed a little bit. Some things have come to your awareness, either about other people in your life, perhaps relationships or job prospects, or opportunities for you in your life that's creating a fork in the road for you. So at the moment, this week, you are weighing up your options. And it's important to take some time, particularly after you've had a moment to sort of rest, to have that time to get some clarity around what's most important to you. So this is about making wise decisions that will affect your future. Looking at what is going to add value to your future and what things carry an element of risk. Is the risk high? Is the risk low? Where do you want to invest your time and energy? What will come as a result of investing your time and energy in A, B, or C? These are things that you are mindful of this week, and it's important for you, in order to sort of be true to yourself and aligned with your path going forward, that you give yourself some time to reflect on things. And it's less about the advice from others in the case of choosing your path, and more about you feeling in tune with what feels right for your soul journey. And it's not that any choice is wrong or, bad or good, bad, right or wrong. It's really just looking at the risks, looking at the potential outcomes, and weighing up the positives and the negatives, and being true to yourself, not being in denial about the potential outcomes and the things that are likely to come of the choices that you make. Obviously, different choices and different paths will bring different things into our life. Some choices will, prove to be a good investment and reap better rewards. Other choices, and we can see that sort of represented by the egg here. Other choices, like the fortune cookie here, they're a little bit more unknown as to the kind of result we may get. And so I guess that's where the element of risk is, that we weigh up and we measure. Again, it's not to say that either choice is good, bad, or indifferent. It's just that different choices will provide different outcomes. So think in terms of long-term investment versus short-term gain, and what feels in balance for you. What is going to provide a balance of energy in your life? When we're balancing up the giving and the receiving, how much energy we decide to put into something, are we going to get sort of an equal return, or is it going to be unequal? And it's very important, because you don't want to put yourself in a situation where you're giving too much and the scales become unbalanced and you're not getting enough for your return on investment, let's call it. So these are things that you need to be mindful of this week. And then we've got the good old chaos and conflict card. Of course, it's representing change in our life, and a shift from the person that we have been to the person that we feel and sense and know that we are becoming. There's been so much inner work on ourselves, inner and outer work, that we're now starting to see the results of that on the outside. So the inner work that we have done is starting to now manifest externally in our life. So we can see here that, the patterned giraffe on the zebra is being peeled back to show our true self, which is the zebra underneath, our unique self, our authentic self. The chaos and conflict that we have been through has served a purpose. Now, you may have felt this recently in the past month, a lot of chaos and conflict, Or, of course, it could have represented, the challenging year that we had last year. But nevertheless, all of that is coming to an end now, and it's more about the realization of your true self and what is most true to you. So when we're evaluating options and choices coming up for us, it's important to ensure that what we choose is aligned with who we really are. And that will enable us to be our true self. And of course, when we're living as our true self, we give our very best. We're happiest. And we're able to contribute more to the world, to others, to our dreams, to our projects, and to our relationships. Better to be our real self than someone who is living with the facade and pretending to be someone that they're not. Because when we are pretending to be someone that we're not, or we're making choices that are not truly aligned with who we are and what's best for us, then we will experience more chaos and conflict. So whilst none of us love to be in a state of chaos and conflict, it does serve a purpose. It strips us back to our real self. And if you have been someone who has felt the disappointment recently of things not working out, then this is really a blessing in disguise, because you get to examine yourself and make new choices that are perhaps going to be a better return on your investment and help you decide where it's best to put your energy, so that you are living more to the real you. So this chaos and conflict has given you this opportunity to think about who you are and what's true to you and the direction that you want to take. And of course, when we are true to ourselves, we manifest abundance. And Spirit is telling us that this is the opportunity for you of what is to come. When you strip back all of the unnecessary parts of you, the things in your life, the way you've been thinking, perhaps relationships, jobs, other projects, bits and pieces in your life that are just unnecessary, there's an opportunity to strip them away, get rid of them, and come back to you and experience a cleaner, brighter, truer version of you that then has the energy and a clear pathway to bring real abundance, real happiness into your life. I'd like to see what cards support this reading from the Angel Tarot deck. So, Spirit, we ask you for some guidance from the angels for things that are occurring this week and that we need to be aware of. Thank you. Truly, the path forward is always about the path towards true love and how we are learning to be truer to ourselves. And that will always be the case, where Spirit is guiding us along that way in our journey and helping us to make choices and decisions that support us, bringing to attention things that perhaps get in our way, how we're thinking, what we're doing, what we're focusing on. Spirit, 2 more cards, please, for this week. Thank you. 1 more card for this week. Thank you. Oh. Okay, I think we might go with that one. Five of water. Well, that's the same as the 5 of cups, which we had come up here. I love that. 5 of water. 5 of earth, which is representative of the Tarot 5 of Pentacles. And then we have the wheel, I beg your pardon, a time of change. Okay, so again, we've got confirmation of 5 of water. This is where your energy is at the minute, 5 of cups. water representing our emotions, the things that we're feeling, perhaps stepping back in a bit of a woe is me energy at the minute, feeling disappointed that things haven't quite turned out the way we hoped, and not really spending the time to see the positive in the situation. So the guidance is, well, okay, yes, you're feeling disappointed and there may be justification for feeling disappointed, but don't dwell in this energy because it's not going to serve you. So acknowledge how you're feeling and give yourself a little bit of time to soothe the wounded soul, the wounded ego perhaps, but just remember, when we stay too long in our ego, which is our sense of fear, self-doubt, wondering if ever things are going to get better, feeling a little bit lost in direction and wanting and needing a little bit of support for the journey, that's fine. You can acknowledge that, but don't stay there. Don't stay in that energy because it'll just bring you down, and that's not what you want. There is so much available to you and ready to come your way. So really, I'd like to say snap out of it with the best of intentions when I say that. Please don't stay too long in that energy. You've got 2 cups here in the centre of this card, the 3 spilt ones down the bottom. So Spirit is saying focus on this, not on what has fallen over. I'm not sure if you can see that very well. So focus on these 2 cups which are filled to the brim and represent possibilities, represent what you do have to offer, represent your skills, your abilities. And this is where you need to keep your focus. Then we have 5 of Earth, which is the same as 5 of Pentacles. Now this, of course, is representing that sort of, it is highlighting that we're in a state of fear around our finances, our material well-being. And so Spirit is saying, listen, you may have some temporary fears around money at the moment and stability, perhaps around your job. But this is temporary. Again, don't stay in that fear. The guidance here is to accept a situation and move on quickly. Ask for help from others. You know, that's the way forward, is to pick yourself up, go get some support, go get some advice from those that are qualified to assist you in the right way. The support there is going to be freely offered to you, willingly offered to you, and is going to be of help to you. So take that. Do not stay in this fearful energy of concern and worry, because that will just create more of the same, and you don't want that. So, you know, the concern and worries that you have are temporary, but pick yourself up and go and get that extra support that you need. So then we have Archangel Michael and the Wheel. This is a very positive indication of change that is coming, positive change that is coming, and something that's going to switch over quickly. So, you know, as we have here the 9 of Cups following this disappointment and the spill of the other cups, 9 of Cups is abundance coming, prosperity, finances, everything coming into play. The Wheel is also affirming the same message here for you. Positive change is coming, and when the wheel turns, it turns quickly. Things shift quickly and sometimes unexpectedly in a way that we're not knowing. And so yes, so feel comforted by that. Fortune is on your side, so be ready and be prepared. So you still need to do the do. You still need to take action, be accountable, pick yourself up, go get the information and support you need, go do what needs to be done to take the next steps, because change is coming as a result. positive change, a positive shift, and therefore no need to be concerned. Yay! Good message. So there is this period of reflection, isn't there? And definitely shift. This card too is about shift. You know, out of the conflict and chaos, we have positive shift, being yourself, recognizing that it's time to change perspective, change the way perhaps you're doing things. The way you've done things in the past didn't really quite work out, did it? And now there's an opportunity to do it differently. You've got 2 cups here, you've got 2 cups here, representing a new way of doing things. So don't worry about what didn't work out with the 3 cups that spilt. Don't worry about, don't focus on what has been, but put your attention going forward and being true to you. Don't dwell in fear around money, because it's coming good for you. Positive change is around the corner. You just need to do the do, and it's going to happen for you. But be true to yourself. I'm going to pull one card from the Blue Angel deck. It's like a general guidance for the week, and then we'll do some romance cards with Valentine's Day happening this week. Spirit, what general theme, what general card or message rather can you give us for this week? Thank you. Maitreya, wisdom of the ages. I feel quite a powerful energy with this card. I feel a real sense of, you know, when we experience disappointment and loss, as we have represented here by the cups. In those moments when we're feeling down, we do have a tendency to reflect on perhaps things not working out, but there is a definite shift, you know, unlike the past when we may have dwelled on, you know, heavy emotions and feeling lost and isolated. A lot of that's gone for you now, and you're able to switch a lot more quickly these days and recognize that staying in that energy doesn't serve you. And so what I'm sensing from this card here is that you're recognizing a deeper part of yourself, because on reflection of what has been, you really want to understand at a deeper level how you can do things differently, better. And in the process, you're tapping into that soul self, the wisdom, that inner wisdom of you, the bigger picture here, and the truer version of you. Tapping into the zebra here, the truer version of you. And you're bringing forth to the surface, to your level of awareness and consciousness, what you know to be true for you. And I believe that Spirit is encouraging you to notice this awareness. It's a deeper awareness coming to the surface that's bringing you wisdom and clarity around your true self that perhaps you've not given yourself time to acknowledge or notice. Now, I am going to check the book on this one, the guidance on this one, to see if we can add to the message. You have been on this earth many times before, and you shall return many times to come. From each lifetime you keep the most precious experiences, the ones that have made you the beautiful soul you are. You have witnessed humanity's unfolding and have experienced all there is. Your mother in this life may have been your daughter in another life. You may one day be your child's child. You have experienced poverty and wealth, happiness and sadness, sickness, health, and yet through it all you have essentially stayed the same soul. Life is an endless cycle, and you are your soul's endless unfoldment. Millions of Earth years have passed, and many more millions will come. What will the future be like? What shall it bring? Perhaps we will all see things from a different perspective. Perhaps we can start now. Friends and enemies, black or white, of one faith or no faith. Is not everyone and everything worth loving? Are we not all in essence part of the same family? It's really sort of seeing the deeper part of ourselves and our spiritual connection and the wisdom that comes after many lifetimes. It's this wisdom that helps us to understand how to make choices that are true to who we are. So be aware and listen to that inner wisdom that's coming to the surface about your true essence, your soul essence, because it's going to help you in making the wisest decisions going forward and your choices. The importance of you being true to you. Don't ignore it, because it will affect your pathway and your happiness and, of course, your level of success going forward. How you invest your time and energy is, what will influence and impact the lessons that we learn and how we grow as a soul being. So listen to that higher self, that inner knowing that you have about yourself to help you with your decisions going forward. Okay, wonderful. So being in a very reflective space this week, and really sort of acknowledging that yes, we've felt some disappointments and struggles, but the importance of not staying in that fear energy. So to acknowledge that yes, things happen that don't quite work out the way we expect, but it's so important to not stay there for too long. Acknowledge what is there, acknowledge the 2 cups, acknowledge the positives, and use that to shift quickly. And just be true to yourself. So that's a really great message for this week. Now, in terms of love relationships this week, so let's see what Spirit has for guidance around the important relationships in our life. And if we're not currently in a love relationship, then the guidance will be around how to love yourself, or what things you need to be aware of in terms of the relationship you have with yourself. So whether you're in a relationship with someone else or whether it's a relationship with yourself, we thank you, Spirit, for the guidance for this week. Ooh. Okay. All right. So you will know whether these cards resonate for you. So let's have a go. We've got let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. So perhaps there's a little bit of feeling of tension here this week between a significant other, or a tension within yourself. When things don't work out quite as we would like it to, our expectations perhaps have been dashed, or we've slipped back into that fear energy, we have a tendency to overthink things and return to that space of fear energy again. And when we do that, we can often come up with stories. We can create stories to justify our feelings, but of course remember, those negative and fearful feelings are about our ego feeling a little bit wounded or disappointed, and that's not the energy that you want to stay in, because that has a tendency to separate us when we start to overthink things. and we make things up when we don't understand. And I'm sure that there's probably a good explanation as to why there may be a discrepancy between your love interest, or even, feelings of self-doubt. If that's not the case, and there's feelings of self-doubt within you about your ability, your pathway, your choices, what next, and not really having a sense of clarity, let go of the need to know everything. Let go of the need to control the situation in the immediate. I think Spirit is guiding you to just relax a little and let divine timing work here. Let things unfold so that you're not coming from a push energy around relationships or around your dreams and hopes of things that you want to have happen. Spirit's telling us that shift is happening and change is happening. We don't actually need to force it. It's happening anyway. And we do need to come with a level of trust, not fear. So having trust in ourselves, trusting that things will unfold in the best way for us and in the right timing. So as we let go of the need to want to know, to push an outcome, we will have greater inner peace, and of course we will be in a better energy and state to bring about this beautiful abundance that is coming. So the guidance is, don't force anything, don't overthink things. You are getting beautiful, loving, spiritual guidance from your angels here. They feel what you're feeling, they're very aware of the situation, and they are taking care of things for you. They're helping to create things in the right timing, and you just need to trust that. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. As we let go of the need to know, the need to understand, we can choose love anyway. We can choose to love ourselves, we can choose to see the situation more positively, we can choose to see the good in other people without necessarily needing to understand how they think, how they feel, what they're doing, why they're doing it, or the answers that we don't have that we want to have to our situation that didn't quite work out. We actually don't need to know everything. And sometimes we tell ourselves that we do. We believe that we need to know, and then we'll feel better. But Spirit's actually asking you to trust that you actually don't need to have the answers to everything. Things are going to work out anyway. Wow. For some of you, we have commitment in a love relationship. Or it could be what's coming is the fruition of your dreams, the manifestation of the dreams of something that you've been working towards. So the wedding card is a metaphor and a representation of this commitment, this manifestation of project achieved, dreams coming true, job fulfillment, relationship reaching a point of this beautiful new level of engagement, and I mean that loosely, as in a settled knowing that we're it, that there's no need to now have push energy to make something happen. It's happened. So what we've been working towards suddenly shifts into a new level of commitment or manifestation. So that's fabulous. In love relationships, some of you may be experiencing something really beautiful this week, and how perfect for Valentine's Day. But either way, however that manifests, it's going to be something that you've been hoping for, dreaming of, a positive conclusion, and there's no need to push anymore. It's got a very relaxed, you've done it, you've made it, you've got to that next stage, you've got to that next level, and that's beautiful. How exciting. And then we have the card of forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. So for some of you, the letting go of control around things that have been happening in your life recently, relationships, projects, work commitments, it's been quite a journey of inner realization. And in the process, again, Spirit's saying don't dwell too long on the disappointments. Get up and get going. Don't have that fear energy around your finances or things not quite working out the way you thought, because, again, we're reminded it is going to work out for you. In this whole process of reflection and looking at your true self, you're able to learn some good lessons here. You're able to have a deeper awareness of yourself, and perhaps that part of you that's sort of grown up and moved on and feels a little bit wiser for the experience. And as you let this go, it says as you release, you're experiencing some healing. So what has been in the past is no longer needed. It's done. You can let it go. There's no need to think about it, dwell on it. It's gone. The lessons are deep lessons that don't need to be repeated. They're awarenesses. It's wisdom that's come to you. And with this, there's a beautiful, gentle, healing energy. Just a realization of, now I now know why that's happened. And as you allow yourself in this sort of more compassionate energy for yourself around the lessons learned, you experience a deeper maturity, a maturing, a wisdom that comes to you. And as you do that, you're feeling a deeper love for yourself and a deeper appreciation of those special people in your life. Could be a special person, so this significant love relationship. There's a deeper understanding and a love that comes as a result of new awarenesses and wisdom and lessons learned. So the love doesn't necessarily point to love that's coming back to you from a person, but a love that you're feeling within yourself and for another person. So as you allow yourself to release and heal, you're experiencing a more settled love within and a settled peace within your present moments this week. So that is beautiful. Well, that is the love reading for this week. And now we are going to turn to the 3 cards that I pulled for daily guidance. So hopefully you have remembered which pile or card that you chose at the beginning of the reading. Card 1, card 2, or card 3. All right, so you may have felt drawn to 2 cards, and that's okay, but this message, for those who picked card 1, this message is for you. It says, embrace the moment. Embrace this day, this very moment. Think positively today and repel those negative thoughts. Try not to judge yourself or others. This may be harder than you think. What is actually happening is that you're changing your energy. So, yes, it's, if you have been feeling down in the dumps over things that have happened and not worked out, again, this is for you. Embrace what is, move forward. Go forward with positive energy, not negative energy, and do your best to not compare yourself to others, to not judge other people or blame other people for any circumstances. And whilst it may feel difficult, you have the ability to do this. You are going through a bit of a transformation at the moment, a bit of change in your energy, and it's feeling a tad uncomfortable, you know, as you're peeling off the old and getting to the real you. But as we see, you know, the rainbow is always about hope. We've got this beautiful sun energy here, which is letting us know that we're shifting from our old ways of thinking and what has been to a new version of ourselves. When change happens, sometimes we're just forced to pick ourselves up and to think about things differently. So again, it may feel difficult, but go get that extra help that is available to you to shift your energy, get a new perspective, feel the support from others that can give you some guidance. We have sort of this beautiful healing stone here, the green. I forget the name, I'm sorry, I should have looked it up. So those who are looking at card 2, we have new beginnings. Okay. Everything in life is constantly vibrating and moving and therefore continuously changing and evolving. Be aware that a new beginning is on the horizon. Have courage and faith, because right now life is trying to nudge you forward and move you in a new direction. Well, I don't think we can be too surprised about that, because all of this is about getting up, moving on, seeing the positives and getting ready for that beautiful change, that positive change that is happening. So yes, we've got confirmation of new beginnings. Things are always evolving, and when we're down in the dumps and we've been disappointed, of course we can feel like, oh no, here we go again, that we're stuck on that mouse wheel, but we're not. You know, the truth is that life is always changing and evolving, but it does take us our action and our awareness to see that and pick ourselves up, to have courage and faith to keep going, because new beginnings are coming and are happening. But it does take your decision and your actions to make it happen. And those who picked the last pile, the amethyst here, we have, and even this beautiful purple card here, gratitude. Feeling of gratitude. Life is one big continuous circle of giving and receiving energy. Be thankful for who and what's in your life instead of complaining about what you don't have. If you focus on gratitude, you'll start to attract prosperity and abundance. That's beautiful. Be truly thankful for what is in your life. And you know, the positives may be that you have this new gratitude even for yourself, and love and awareness for who you are and the things that you have learned. That's deepening your sense of wisdom around your own soul journey. And then of course it can be gratitude for the things that you actually do have, the things that have worked in your favour. The 2 cups that we weren't previously focused on, there's an opportunity now to focus on those 2 cups, the blessings, and to feel gratitude for that. Because in our gratitude, we open our heart to more love, to more self-compassion, to the energy that's going to take us toward new beginnings and abundance. A grateful heart creates more abundance and more happiness. So drop the complaining and the negative self-doubt, the blaming, and you're going to start to attract more prosperity. Things will start clicking into action. There'll be people helping you at the ready to assist with your next steps, and things are going to start shifting. And they're actually going to shift faster. Remember, they are going to shift faster than you think they are. So let's not dwell in that negative energy over cups of milk spilt, so to speak. And let's enjoy the fact that we know that life is always constantly changing and evolving, and so are we. We are always learning and growing, and the more we are appreciative of the changes that happen in our life, it's a good opportunity not to feel badly done by or in victim mode, but rather recognise that perhaps what we thought was in our best interest really wasn't after all. So Spirit is actually helping to shift things so that you actually do get a better outcome. So do take some time to be kind to yourself this week. Reflect on your choices and what is going to give you the best return on your investment in terms of where you place your energy and being true to yourself. Let go of the need to know everything. Let go of the need to understand everything and just choose an energy of love, and you're going to end up with more peace and bringing more love your way, and a deeper understanding of yourself and others will come naturally from your choice of wanting to choose love and being more authentic to you. Alright, I hope everybody you have enjoyed this reading for this week. I do wish you a lovely, lovely week, lots of peace, harmony in your week, things working in your favour, which we now know is going to happen. So again, just a reminder, if you found this video to be helpful to you, please like and subscribe, and you're always welcome to reach out to me if you'd like a personal reading or to inquire about coaching for any situations you'd like clarity around to sort through, or perhaps you even have a friend, someone that you know that could benefit from someone who is ready and available to assist in terms of helping you to create clarity and shift through some of those, the mess that we get ourselves into in our heads, when we're feeling a little bit stuck in life. Anyway, have a fabulous week, everybody. Lots of love to you, and I will see you next week. Bye for now.